You know, Jamaica's authentic story is woven with threads that tell the stories of extraordinary people, people who work to impact the lives of others. The good thing about all this is that some of those amazing people are as close as in our backyards, our verandas, or even on the streets as we pass by. And not to mention our government. Hi there, I'm Adrian Atkinson and welcome. So we borrowed those threads to tailor today's Jamaica Magazine and we'll share the masterpiece with you. From super parents to super citizen. Just some super Jamaicans. Let's unfold that right now.
How we are going all of that? You're moving?
No. I'm a passport I come for renewing, you know. But you want me to say, no in that way is full of corn and the long line I take you all day. Make sure you walk with some food. And...
No man, things improve man. Them have a lot of drop box where you can use inside. You finish in no time.
Yeah
man, them are done.
Yeah. And some food man. Try this. A drop box.
Transformation is happening across the public sector. Many services are now available online. We are building a better public service for all. Brought to you by the Transformation Implementation Unit.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, January 29. Cabinet has approved the issuing of a travel advisory, asking persons planning to travel to or from China to defer those plans.
We will also continue our active surveillance at our ports of entry, or airports and other ports of entry.
The health minister says persons already in transit to Jamaica will either be quarantined in a health facility or at home, depending on the risk assessment done. He says the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Chinese ambassador to Jamaica will also continue their collaboration and surveillance protocol as plans are put in place to facilitate the needs of Jamaicans who work and study in China. Dr. Christopher Tufton made those disclosures yesterday as he debunked claims that the coronavirus was in Jamaica.
I just want to say categorically, based on the advice I have, that there's no truth to the claim that there's a case of the new coronavirus at the University Hospital of the West Indies.
The minister was reacting to reports in the media that the University Hospital had received its first suspected case of the virus from a patient who recently traveled to China, which is the epicenter of the disease. The University Hospital's Chief of Staff, Dr. Carl Bruce, says the patient was isolated out of an abundance of caution based on his or her travel history.
The patient does not meet the case definition of the coronavirus, but out of an abundance of caution, the doctors just wanted to ensure that they discussed this. The patient is doing well. The patient does not have a fever above 38 degrees, as by the case definition at this time.
In the meantime, Jamaica will have the capacity to do its own tests for the novel coronavirus in 2 weeks' time. The Pan American Health Organization and World Health Organization PWR country representative, Dr. Bernadette Theodore Gandhi, gave the assurance during a press conference on Tuesday. She says the PWR will send the specific reagents to the island's National Influenza Center to enable testing.
We know that in terms of information systems and capacity, they will up to speed.
Still on health, a $50 million program has been launched to upgrade the island's health infrastructure. The Health Systems Strengthening Program is being financed by the Inter-American Development Bank. $674,000 has been earmarked to facilitate design works for the Spanish Town, Maypen, and St. Anne's Bay hospitals, as well as 10 health centers across the island. The 11-month contract went to architectural firm Project Planning and Management Limited.
The Health System Strengthening Program represents this new paradigm, this new approach to health care renewal, tackling not only the badly needed physical upgrade of 3 hospitals and 10 health centers, but also the purchase of new equipment to support the delivery of care and the design and implementation of information systems for health.
We understand that this program is a significant component of a broad reform that aims at facilitating access, reducing disparities, and strengthening and modernizing healthcare services.
The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, OPM, is reporting no major damage or serious injuries in the aftermath of yesterday's 7.7 magnitude earthquake. Earlier today, the island also experienced a 5.1 tremor 129 kilometers off the coast of Montego Bay, St. James. OPM, in collaboration with the Meteorological Service of Jamaica and the Earthquake Unit, will continue to monitor earthquake activity across the country. The 7.7 earthquake occurred about 2:10 p.m., 125 kilometers northwest of Lucy, Hanover. The earthquake was at a depth of 10 kilometers and impacted the entire island. A subsequent tsunami warning issued for sections of the island was lifted last night. Students from several schools in western Jamaica were impacted. One school was closed because previous inspections by the Jamaica Fire Brigade had detected structural weakness. As a precautionary measure, the school was dismissed early after the earthquake. At least 2 parishes in western Jamaica reported structural damage to buildings. The parish disaster committees in those areas were also activated. The municipal corporations island-wide, along with the Fire Brigade and the National Works Agency, continue to collect information regarding any structural damage. Persons are being urged to report any damage to OPM at 876-906-9674. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Mommy,
Yes, Zoe?
can we read this book? It will only take 10 minutes.
Sure, sit down. Every spring, Madame Angel Wing arranges.
Do you have 10 minutes? Read with your child today. Reading with your children for just 10 minutes each day helps develop their language and listening skills, stimulates their imagination, and expands their understanding of the world. So, start reading with your child today.
No doubt we have some good parents right here in Jamaica, but getting a little push from a proactive government can make the good better. Here's the National Parenting Support Commission with a super supportive thrust for all parents.
Wouldn't it be great if children came into the world so well adjusted or with manuals, therefore eliminating the need for parental discipline? This is not the case, however. Parents usually apply their methods or they depend on strategies taught throughout generations to guide their children.
8 in 10 Jamaican children in the 2 to 14 years age group experience violence as a form of discipline.
Coercive parenting involves the physical administration of pain as punishment. It also includes the use of harsh language that has the potential to hurt children's feelings and affect their general self-esteem and development. It also fosters aggression because what you're really teaching children is that when there is an issue, we must resolve the issue through harshness, through aggression, through coarse language. There's a direct correlation between coercive parenting and the aggression that we see actually in society.
Damaging disciplinary practices have moved outside of the home and into the national consciousness.
The time has come for the Parliament to have a debate on this issue and finally declare corporal punishment at an end, both within public institutions and as a means of discipline available to parents. I think it would be a forward-leaning step in making a stance against violence generally, and it would send a powerful message about the state respecting the inviolability of the person, whether or not that person is a child or an adult.
Children need guidance, and many wonder if not with the rod, then how? Enter the National Parenting Support Commission, NPSC, an agency of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. The ministry established the commission in 2012 to provide parents with the requisite skills and tools to raise children.
We work at 3 tiers. We work at home, school, and community. Our first and most important priority, however, is to ensure that we're fostering the home-school relationship. we must ensure that parents as key stakeholders feel involved in the entire process of educating their children.
Now, to do this, the Commission assists parents in several ways, including providing psychosocial support, assisting parents with understanding the teaching-learning process, and conducting parenting education programs.
Through our effective parenting courses, we push proactive strategies. In other words, you are going to put structures in place before behaviors that you don't desire actually show.
Parents and guardians should consider the child's developmental stage when determining the best method of guidance.
A child who is very young, we encourage play. The child must be playing, and even the teaching learning processes must include play, because this is how they develop their imagination, their creative skills. This is how they also learn to resolve issues and to problem solve.
Young children, especially infants, are at the stage where they don't know right from wrong, and they can be impulsive. They may touch items that are valuable or dangerous. Usually, it is best to remove the child or the object from such a situation.
We don't believe you're to spank any at all, because that's a part of coercive parenting, and we don't believe that coercive parenting works. So what we encourage you to do, though, is to be firm and to be consistent. So if it means you have to say, do this instead, or do not go there a million times, then that's what you have to be prepared to do.
The teenage years can challenge both children and parents. With the physical and chemical changes happening in the body, teens may act out, as they may be unsure of their place in the world.
This can be a very difficult time to navigate. So we ask that you start relaxing some of the very stringent rules, and you also have conversations and you compromise.
And to address challenges, caregivers can remove privileges.
If the child becomes stubborn, has a fixed mindset, if you will, that this is what he or she is going to continue to do, then you might need professional help. You might need to call the commission, or you might need to call a social worker or a guidance counselor to help.
Being a proactive parent means setting clear boundaries, letting children know what is acceptable behaviors and why rules are in place. And don't forget to model behaviors you want young ones to display. There may not be a one-size-fits-all for raising children. By assessing the right information and using effective parenting techniques, we can nurture adults willing to play their part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. To tap into information from the National Parenting Support Commission, call 876-967-7977 or visit their offices at 37 Arnold Road, Kingston 6.
And then you have those Jamaicans who have to deal with the physical disability of their child. Some make life happen, and not just happen, but happen in the best way possible. Here's one special parent tending to one special need.
Meet Alex Fraser. He's a 10-year-old student of Dunrobin Primary School in Kingston. He's just like most other boys his age. He loves to play football, hang out with his friends, and play computer games. The only major difference, he cannot walk like most other boys his age. Alex was born with spina bifida, a condition where a baby's neural tube fails to develop normally, causing damage to the spinal cord and bones of the spine. Alex's mother, Tamara Brown, has 3 other children, all of whom have no birth defects. But from Alex's birth, Tamara was determined that he would be given the same opportunities.
I want Alex to have a good education. No matter if anything happens to me tomorrow, I want him to have a good education. Can't complain, the children, the teachers, love him a lot.
It's fun having Alex around, even though sometimes it's like he's not even there. He's so quiet, he's so obedient, and he gets along well with his peers.
Parenting a child with disabilities like Alex's takes extra special loving care.
I have to make sure, go to school, eat, because Alex is a very sick child. Alex have high blood pressure, he has a kidney problem, so I have to take antibiotic every day, I have to take mineral oil every day.
It means Tamara has to be at school with Alex for the entire school day on many occasions, as there are times when he doesn't have an assigned special needs assistant.
We're always here for Alex's mom and for Alex. She has been a strong parent though, doesn't complain a lot, but we have been there in support, maybe for lunch or any advice that she would need. So she has been a great parent. Alex's mother, she never gives up. She really wants the best for her child, and she should be commended for actually fighting to get the best in life for Alex. And we're happy he's a part of us.
I would like to work with computer when I grow up.
Antonika Gunter-Gale, Director of the Early Stimulation Program in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, works closely with parents of children like Alex, especially in the early stages.
Parents, guardians, caregivers of children with disabilities face a number of issues. Financial, is one of them. When you take, for instance, sometimes a child with special needs go beyond the years of using diapers, they have to take soft food. So that means, the blending, the buying of certain food items, So there are a number of challenges. Medication, you think about appointments. The child needs to go to the hearing, specialist. The child needs to go to the audiology. The child needs to go to various appointments, and it does take cash, to care on the part of the parent for persons who don't understand that this is a child with special needs, and the child, act up in the public, screaming, shouting, hyperactive, a child with autism, very antisocial, not getting on like his peers. These things can really cause much stress to the parents of children with disabilities.
But you might ask, how can a regular parent afford all these expenses? And are there any existing support programs for parents of children with disabilities?
There are a number of support through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, under which this program falls, the Early Stimulation Program. A mother, guardian, who really cannot find the wherewithal to care, you have support in terms of intervention. You have financial assistance in terms of a rehabilitation grant that is offered through the ministry for parents or guardians of children with special needs. You have the Jamaica Council for persons with disabilities that also offer support and financial assistance for, starting up your own business, advice, and, that sort of a thing. So there are a number of areas. We have the PAT program that assists with adaptive aids, such as hearing aids, walkers, wheelchairs, medication.
For parents who, like Tamara Brown, are unable to maintain regular jobs as a result of having to be with their disabled children at home or school, the Early Stimulation Program guides them to numerous entrepreneurship opportunities.
We have parents, for example, a simple thing as making soaps, different soaps, putting together, soaps that is tested and passed, approved through the Bureau of Standards, selling soaps. So we have mothers doing phone cards. We have parents doing their little craft at home, rearing chickens at home, doing eggs, So there are a number of areas while taking care of the child at home, the parent could do.
For more information, You may contact the Early Stimulation Program at 95 Hanover Street, Kingston. Call them at 922-5585. Children with special needs need extra special parents.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
There are also extraordinary Jamaicans working to complete extraordinary feats. However small a task it might seem, creating an aesthetically pleasing environment is a part of that plan to make Jamaica the place to be. We're now going to show you those who labor at night to keep our streets clean, so much so that we've dubbed them the street fairies. Take a look.
Once upon a time, in a land far away from a fairy tale, were a people who lived the way you and I do, but a little differently. Much like the shoemaker and the elves, these street fairies don't leave beautiful pairs of shoes behind, but their art shares some similarities, and it's nonetheless worthy of recognition.
Good night, Dana Anderson, shovel user, shovel and drum, clean up Jamaica.
I'm working in the company 8 years now. I like the job, keep the place tidy and clean.
They always say to me, say, this is not a woman's work, but a woman has to do what a woman has to do, eh? You have to work for yours, eh? Nobody ain't gonna give you nothing, so you have to work for it.
Yeah, enough of the woman they work hard and plenty of the man them. I get used to my work still, so I feel not different from the man them. At the end of the day, I will bread where I work for. So any work for woman. Woman do man work nowadays.
I'm all right with my work. Yeah, I can provide for myself, my nephew, my niece, my child. She don't really like me out here, you know, she rather me dead with she, but I have to make ends meet. I have to work, I have to pay my bills them. But they don't give me nothing, I have to work my own. But people that see me and want to style me and this, because I try to chuck work me do and them things there. But I don't really watch my face. Because I know, say, when my money enough, you see me?
I want to burn fire upon this whole foolishness that people talk from time to time about. If they don't litter, people don't get work.
Yeah, that's what them say for my time. But them can do better still. Plenty of them can do better still.
Enough of them like we, enough don't like we, because sometimes we have to do with all the truck like all that, so now them not say, we move from there, say we don't thinking truck and them things, but we don't care about that. That's our work.
When you litter, you waste the resource of your country. You make life more difficult for yourself and your fellow men. And you destroy the aesthetic, the beauty of our country that we boast about so much.
We are cleaning up Jamaica. And without cleaning up not Jamaica, wiper, disease and germs are broke out. So everybody who work with solid waste, important people them. All are important.
Differently from the sweeper them, we don't like the garbage bag up and we go through it more easier for it. More time we come out and have to wait on the sweeper them like on the just seat right now. We have to wait till the street sweep up, but if it's bag up, it's more easier for it.
Just the fact that you are generating solid waste, I ask you to just take some time to package it properly so that it gives us more ease of cleaning. And it also helps the sidemen side women. They are human beings too. Their job is already very difficult. Don't make it more difficult for them by giving them extra work to do. It is very tough on them. The job is difficult. You know, it's not just about lifting things put in a truck, but some of the things they encounter out here, bags with human feces, that's common occurrence, especially in the market district. The smell of urine is everywhere, and it's in the solid waste that they're picking up. All sorts of meat cuttings, fish bone, fish back, fish gut, just about anything that people don't want, and they have to pick it up. They have to face it.
A certain time at the night, when we reach certain hours at the night, like 3:30, 4 o'clock, gunman can strike and we have to run left the garbage some of the time and all them things then. And come back around and take it up, see, because we cannot leave it. See me, we cannot leave it. And we don't like them keep Jamaica beauty and clean.
Well, I stay out of them way, and I'm not really go for them though, I still think them have me, I just stay by myself, each time I look a corner.
And yet, despite the tough nature of the job, these people show up not just for work, but they show up and work.
We're backbone of the company, you know. Who clean the rubbish and my backbone, we're the most important people in the company. How we clean the work, enough mess and good rubbish, bad rubbish, all different kind of rubbish.
I believe deep in my heart that if you talk about heroes and heroines, our sidemen and sidewomen are right up there with any because of the human service that they provide and in very tough circumstances to keep Jamaica clean. Day after day, night after night, they are out and about, they roll up the sleeve, and notwithstanding all that they have to face, their head is down and they are going relentlessly in pursuit of that clean Jamaica. I laud them. I lift my hat to them. They are good people. I just hope that more and more people will see them for who they are. People who are there to safeguard the health of the nation. They are the NSWNA. Without them, we are nothing.
Yeah, I love my work. I love it. I love clean the shovel.
I read me use a night time
And as sunbeams break the night sky and the stars and moon bid their goodbye, the city smiles.
We are at the end of today's show, and while you await tomorrow's episode, this is also an invitation to watch some other shows we've done. Just visit the JIS website or YouTube channel, and also keep up with us on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and of course there's Twitter. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.